I think we are going on well with our diagrams in fieldwork. To remind you, there are three. So far we have seen two. We have seen a sketch map, how it is drawn, what is required of a sketch map, what you shouldn't forget, and also we have seen the panorama. The third item, the third diagram that is drawn is called a relief or a line transect. Line transect, or sometimes known as relief section. How do I draw a line transect? In order to draw a line transect, as we have been doing other diagrams, have a heading. Have a heading or a title. Then after the heading or a title, you draw your line transect or relief section. Then put there similarly at least three physical features. If not, relief features. Depending on what the examiner are expecting out of you, whether they want physical features or they want relief features. Then three land use activities. The land use activities are very many, even the physical features are many, but make sure at least a correct cross-section should have the above. Let me maybe draw also for you one. Let me draw for you one cross section as a sample. You can also try yours at your own time. One, as we said, you have a heading. The question may be requiring you to draw a line transect or a relief section. So you say a line transect. Of Butiaba fish landing site from Butiaba escarpment to Lake Albert. Then showing one, land use physical features and land use activities. A line transect of Butiaba Fish Landing Site from Butiaba Escarpment to the Lake Albert, showing physical features and land use activities. The physical features should be, those two things you should show where you are beginning from and where you are ending. We are beginning from Butiaba Escarpment, we are ending at the lake. So you draw something like that. Yes, this side we are starting from Butiaba escarpment. Going to Lake Albert. So that one should be shown from Butiaba escarpment to Lake Albert. Then start drawing. You draw like that. So since this one is down under the earth's surface, this is land, we shade it. Failure to shade it, then the cross section is wrong. Here is our water body. Use an arrow to show that this is Lake Albert. Then this one is the escarpment. Java escarpment. Then, what do I have along this cross section? First and foremost, there is a road here. Put an arrow and a pointer. Say, use a local name. It's called Butiaba Road. Yes, I have still in the flat land here, adjust my arrow. We have the barracks called Wantembo Barracks. We have Wantembo Barracks. Then from Wantembo Barracks, of course, all these places are made up of some vegetation. There we have a school, Butiaba City School. Butiaba City School. Then around here we have the extent of the landing site. This is close to the water body here. Extent of the landing site. Extent of the landing site. We have a market nearby here, which I will put up here. Butiaba Market. What else? Some palm trees here. A fish factory. some vegetation. Like that. So this represents our line transect. It shows the general nature of the landscape. Sometimes it is a relief section. Sometimes we call it a relief section of the area. So mainly there are the three major diagrams that are drawn in field work. The information on these are almost the same. But how we present them is different, because for the sketch map we show how it is presented. For the line transect we show how it is presented. Then similarly the panorama. So you begin marking yourself. Know what you have written. There are so many other things that you have not included. There are some rocks up here. There are some, as I've shown you, dry vegetation somewhere. The extent of the lake, the culvert is there. The extent of the landing site, palm trees, some settlements which I have not indicated maybe. Don't forget shading. Don't forget where you have started from. You have started from, the first point of starting is the Butiaba escarpment. The last point is Lake Albert. So this one will carry equal marks like it is in a sketch map, and you should at least be knowing both of them, practice drawing them. Not only do we have to draw that one of Butiaba all the time, but you can include the other areas of your interest where you have carried out field work. Not every time the sketch, the cross-section will be slanting like this. No. Some could be relatively flat depending on the area where you have gone. But when you actually carry out field work, kind of Butiaba fish landing site, you will notice that the landscape is sharp like this, enter into a flat land, then you go to a lowland, and that's how it should be represented. The heading should be in capital letters, even when you put it in small letters, but underline it if it is in small letters. Drawing should be strictly with a pencil. Don't draw using ink, not even shading. The shading should not also be in a pencil, but rather it should be, shading should not be in any ink, but rather it should be in a pencil. So those are some of the key things to note on a cross section. Anything that we have not included there, we shall be adjusting as we finish. When we finish carrying out field work, of course, as we are going to see in the post field work, you have to draw diagrams, you have to polish sketches and diagrams. So in any case where there is an error or something that has missed, we usually include it when we are doing our last stage, of field work. So that one I think is clearly understood. Unless there is a question on that, then we need to go to another thing.